Hi everyone, this is Katie Groves, and every attempt I've made to make this video so far has been ruined by background noise, or in one event, ruined by my own inability to calm myself and make this video in a calm enough way. I don't want to be making this video at all, but I'm hoping that this time I will be able to get through it so that I can post this and say what I feel needs to be said right now. I have made it extremely clear on this channel that I am not willing to accept donations from anyone because it will undermine my credibility in the eyes of others. There are a lot of people who watch my channel who would not take me seriously if I accepted money. And there are a lot of people who may take me seriously in the future if I continue to not accept money. And so despite being in poverty, I don't take it. And I've made this really clear on this channel multiple times. And yet there are people who continue to leave comments demanding that I accept money from them, even though they know that I'm not okay with taking it. Last night, I had a lot of trouble coping with all of the comments that were pouring in from people insisting that I take their money, even though they know that I don't want to or that I can't. And I've gotten to a breaking point with it. I need people to stop doing this. If you have suggested that I accept money somehow without knowing that I don't take it, then I don't want you to feel bad about that. But if you have known that I have a boundary about this and you push it because you think you know better and you think my boundaries are invalid, then I need you to take a look at yourself and ask yourself why you think that you know better than me and why you think that my boundaries are invalid. I'm at a point where if certain people keep pushing this boundary, I will block them. And some of the people who are pushing this boundary are people who have been my subscribers for a while and who generally comment really nice things. And so I want you to know that if you're in that category, I really don't want to do that. I don't want to block you. But if you keep disregarding these boundaries, I will. I wasn't actually going to make this video, but the biggest reason that I have, the thing that really prompted me to, was the fact that somebody I just found out actually, despite knowing my boundaries about all this, made a video in which they asked people to fundraise for me behind my back and actually track me down physically and force money into my hands because I'm in such need. And while this person actually said a lot of very good, nice things about me, their blatant disregard for my boundaries and suggestions that people actually stalk me and force money on me was extremely disturbing. And so that, coupled with all the comments I got in the last day from people about this, I feel like I have to say something. It's not okay to pressure somebody to accept money when they say they don't want to or are not willing to accept it. It's not okay to violate anyone's boundaries for any reason. If you accidentally trespass a boundary, that's not necessarily your fault. But if you know what someone's boundaries are, it's not acceptable to violate them like that. It's really, really not acceptable to actually try to fundraise for someone behind their back when they say they can't take money, and to actually suggest that people physically stalk them and force that on them. So I haven't said all that well, but I'm so triggered and so frustrated. I don't know if I will be able to say this better or more calmly. So I hope that y'all will listen to me and just know that if you continue to push this, and I know for a fact that you know that you're pushing these boundaries, that you're aware, I will block you. And if you have DID like me or something, and you have issues with remembering these boundaries, then I hope that you will do your best to check with parts inside about all this and figure out how to coordinate your system better And if I do end up blocking you and it turns out that there was just a mix-up with your dissociative system about all this, then I hope that you'll make a new account and let me know that that's what happened. And if you don't continue to push those boundaries excessively, then I'll let you comment. But a lot of the people who do this, I don't think have DID necessarily or are MK survivors. It seems like a lot of the people who do this are people in places of privilege who are not suffering from mental health issues or trauma on that level. I don't think that anybody who I have understood to be a survivor, with the exception of one person, has pushed money on me. And the one person who has, I don't think they necessarily knew that that was not okay. So, yeah, if you're an ally, you're trying to help the survivor community, just please know that forcing money on people like this is not the way. I have told people what they can do to help. If you look at my older videos, my ones on how can I help from the MK Survivor FAQ series, you can find information. I think it's the second or the third video where I talk about some things that you can do to help me that are non-financial. And I think that I also talked about it in my video, some guidelines for contacting me or us online. I don't remember if I talked about myself in the singular or plural there. I'll put links to those in the description. It's towards the end of the video about the guidelines that I think I talked about financial boundaries, but I don't honestly remember. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say other than that. And I'm sorry if I got mixed up on what I said in those videos. It wasn't me speaking, it was other alters. It's really vague memories for me. But I will put links to those. They should help you understand better what you can and can't do for us. And yeah, I just hope that y'all will take this message in and think about it if this has been an issue for you, because it's just so triggering for us, and we shouldn't have to explain this over and over. And I really I need those of you who are doing this to do better. Thank you.